Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Twist Gaming. Thank you so much for joining us tonight live for our special event of Tiny Towns by AEG. I am joined here with Andrew.
Hello, everybody.
You might remember him from PAX Unplugged and his adorable daughter.
She stole the show.
Hi.
Hi, if you're there.
So you guys know us for our live convention coverage where we're in the room and it's me and my guest and we'll usually go through the games. And tonight at Dice Tower we're doing something a little different. We're doing some big events. So we'll have this event and then later on in the evening we're doing Life-Size King of Tokyo. So while you can only see Andrew and our beautiful faces, don't leave me hanging, man.
Sorry.
There you go.
Okay.
What you don't see is our awesome room of guests who are also playing the game with us.
Yeah.
The daughter is still adorable. Spoiler alerts. Yes. So tonight's in-room game is going to be a play-to-win session. Todd over at AEG was kind enough to supply us with 2 copies of Tiny Towns. So the 2 highest scorers in room tonight are going to be going home with a copy of gently used copy of Tiny Towns tonight. Now, I've never played this game before.
I love this game.
You did. So we were talking a little bit because we got to talk at PAX Unplugged and we found out we're going to Dice Tower and we're like, let's do something cool.
Absolutely.
And
I actually found this game originally at PAX Unplugged. That was sort of the public unveiling of the game. We got to play it with the creator there. I fell in love with it instantly, and I harassed them until we were able to do a review on the family.
That's the way to do it.
It worked.
That's the way to do it. So, Andrew, I'm going to let you take it away.
Absolutely.
And dive into teaching me real quick how to play Tiny Towns. And if you guys have a copy of the game at home, make sure that you get your components out and play along with us.
So what we're going to do here, we're actually going to use the Town Hall variant, which will allow anybody to play the game. Normally in the game of Tiny Towns, we have this super adorable Master Builder token. It's really cute. And this token gets handed around the board, and when you are the Master Builder, you get to choose to build with one of these little cubes, these little cube components. There are 5 different colored cubes, and what those cubes do is they allow you to build buildings like this cottage. Let's take a look at that.
So we do use green screen here. There is a yellow cube, and it may show up a little fuzzy.
That's cool.
Of course it is, because I did it.
So that's an example of a building that that we'll be using in the game to score.
So how do I read the iconography on this card?
Okay, so the cottage, you see at the top, it's got this little like flower symbol.
Yes.
It's the only card in the game that has that symbol, which tells me there might be expansions, but I don't really know. That's pure conjecture. But when you see this symbol on anything, you'll see it on, for example, the farm.
Okay.
Let's show that one. See there at the bottom it says it feeds 4 cottages, but they're just flower buildings. So that symbol means basically cottage for the purposes of anybody who has the base game.
Okay.
You also see the actual building. That building corresponds with some adorable wooden buildings. There's an adorable wooden building. Okay,
Very
then
cute.
you have this wonderful picture. It looks a little bit like a Thomas Kincaid picture or something like
It
that. I don't
does.
know. It's beautiful. And then you see a brick orientation or a block orientation. Exactly right. So what you're going to be doing is, in order to build one of these, you have to place, in this case, a red, a blue, and a yellow on your player board.
Okay, so this is my player board here, and it's
Right.
simply a 4x4 grid.
Yep, there's nothing on the other side. There's nothing fancy going on. It is just a 4x4 grid. So as we go through the game, you'll be placing these blocks on your player board to build buildings.
Gotcha.
You can flip this shape around, rotate it, mirror it, whatever you want to do.
All the Tetris moves?
But all of the Tetris moves, but those colors do have to remain consistent in relation to each other.
Gotcha.
Once you build those blocks, put them in the correct orientation, you then remove those blocks from your board and take one of those adorable cottages that I showed you and put it on one of the spaces that you vacated.
And it can be any one of the spaces that the resource was on, right?
That's correct.
Perfect.
Okay, so that actually becomes very important when you're planning later in the game to tuck buildings away into certain spaces.
Gotcha.
So what we're going to do is we're going to not only play with the Town Hall variant, but also we're playing with the base cards. Every single one of the different buildings in this game has 4 cards in the box, which serve to provide a lot of gameplay. So you can mix and match them. You can use different ones. What we have here on the board are sort of if this is your first time playing, these are the cards you should use.
So which cards do we have out so that everybody can grab the same buildings?
All right. So, well, the buildings are going to be the same.
Okay.
no matter what.
Okay.
So there's 4 of each actual icon. So, for example, this is the chapel. In this game, we have the chapel card. There's 3 other cards that use that same building,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So all of the buildings are always in play for every game.
Okay.
It's just the cards that they represent is different. Kind of like Warriors, how the cards shift out, but the dice are the same.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
That works.
Okay, so do you want to go through the buildings?
Yeah.
Okay, so we already talked about the cottage. The cottage is kind of the foundational building in your town. Everybody needs a place to live, right?
Does everybody at the table have their cottage?
All right. So you can see at the bottom, the cottage scores 3 victory points. That's actually a green square,
It's
a green
purple.
diagonal square.
This is the Twist Gaming
Oh,
exclusive
I'm
copy.
sorry.
Seriously. Andrew?
Obviously. You score 3 victory points if that building is fed. We'll talk about feeding in a minute.
Okay. Who do we got next?
Okay, let's go right to the farm, actually.
Sounds like a
Grab that farm.
great.
So I talked about feeding. This is how you feed your buildings. Each farm can feed 4 cottages. If you have more than 4 cottages, you need to build another farm or your cottages are not fed. If you remember the cottage card, you only score victory points if the people inside can eat.
Don't starve people. Sounds like a good life rule.
As a family gamer, I can tell you I have family at home and they are grumpy when they don't eat.
Hangry, I believe, is the term.
That
you're
is the
looking
correct
for.
term. All right, let's move on. So let's talk about chapels. Everybody needs a house of worship. I'm not going to say anything about what you might worship, but if you go to the chapel from your fed cottage,
Okay.
you score an extra victory point. So the chapel will give you an extra victory point for every fed cottage.
Okay, and these are blue icons, just so you know at home. It looks better on the table.
Yes, it does. All right, so that's the cottage, that's the farm, that's the chapel. Now let's talk about the factory. This one's a little bit more complicated. The factory card, again, that you've got that brown, red, gray, red. When you build this, you pick one of the 5 resources, brown, yellow, blue, red, or gray,
Okay.
and you put it kind of on top of the factory. You see the factory has like jagged tops on
So
it?
that was this
Yep.
mini here.
So if you stand that up, you can actually balance that right in there, and it'll stay. Then, whenever that color comes up, it's a wild for you. You can put whatever color you want down.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So there's a little bit of investment to make it, but you can do whatever you want.
Matt was making those before.
All right. Our next building is going to be the tavern.
Okay.
Tavern, this is simple set collection. The more of them you have, the more victory points you get. So you build 1, it's 2 victory points, 2, 5, 3, 9, etc.
Okay.
Pretty straightforward. Finally, we have the theater.
Ooh.
All right, so
Special.
wherever you put the theater on your board, and this is, again, that positioning is very important. For each other unique building type in the same row and column as the theater, you score 1 victory point.
So it has to be.
Yep, it has to be in the same column, same row.
Okay.
And, of course, we have a total of 7 buildings here. The theater wouldn't count, so the maximum number of victory points you could score with the theater is 6.
Okay.
Make sense?
Makes sense.
All right. And then finally, we have the well.
Well.
Yep. So people, when they eat, they tend to get thirsty. So if you build a well and it is next to a cottage, it doesn't even have to be fed.
Oh.
You get a victory point for that well.
Okay. It just has to be adjacent to the cottage.
That's correct.
Okay.
So those are the cards that we have. And so as we get into this game, it's a very simple game, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's easy.
This is what I have been told. I was told that this is deceptively more complicated than it's shown up to be.
So they handily provide this wonderful little scoring pad, which you can use at the end of the game. I think everybody out there has a scoring pad? All right, excellent.
Does everybody have the correct 7 buildings? Perfect.
All right, we're in a good place. And so I mentioned the normal way you play this game with the Master Builder token. We're not going to do that this time around. We're going to use the Town Hall variant. This is going to keep everybody together, everybody playing more or less the same.
So I should aggressively toss that token across the room.
You know what? If that's the Twist Gaming way.
One of your copies might be missing a hammer.
All right. And so this is how the Town Hall variant works. I'm going to shuffle these cards up. These are the Town Hall cards. These are included in every copy of the game.
Okay, so you guys at home, we are going to be working off of these Town Hall
Right.
cards.
You don't need to do
here.
anything. You just get to watch.
Can everybody see on the projector screen what buildings are up, and can you see? Andrew's going to flip over these resources. I need to make sure you guys can all see. Y'all can all tell what that is?
Brick, and then
Good job, Matt.
wood. Brown.
Brown.
I have to be honest, we usually talk colors in our house.
That works.
So the way this works is I shuffled this up. I've burned 5 cards to keep it random, at least ostensibly. I'm going to flip a card over. Everybody gets to put one, or has to. Everybody has to put one wood token on their board somewhere.
So what I was told that if I can't use a resource for a limited amount of times, I can do something. I was told that I can put 2 to the side.
There is a special card that allows you to put things to the side.
Oh, okay. So that's not a normal.
We could play it as a beginner rule, but we're not going to.
Okay, that works.
If my 8-year-old and 5-year-old can play this game, you can too, Ann.
I'm getting anxiety.
So everybody has to, and that's an important part of this game. You have to put that thing down, even if you don't want it.
That's terrible. Okay.
And then we're going to flip another one over.
Yeah.
Everybody can see the brick.
So normally these cards would only be displayed one at a time. But
That's correct.
What we're going to do now, so that everybody at home can follow along, is we will put them out.
I'll
one
flip
and then
them
a
one at a
second
time.
one.
I'll flip them one at a time,
Yeah.
but I'll leave the first one out.
So that way, if you
everybody
need to
can see
catch
it.
up or you need to know what's going on, it's there.
All right. And then everybody gets a choice of one of these cute little cubes that they can put on themselves.
Okay.
So that's when things will start to differentiate. Then I'm going to wipe these, and then we'll start over with another round. Once we get through the deck, I'll just shuffle it up. I'll burn 5 cards off the top, and we'll continue.
Sounds good.
All right. Now let's talk endgame.
So in it, Thanos starts off by.
Whatever it takes.
Okay, so endgame. I can't put any more buildings down.
Right.
I can't put any more resources down. What happens with me?
Okay, so this does mean there's some player elimination in the game, technically. If you cannot build anymore, but other people can, they get to keep going until they finish building their town. That's kind of how it works.
I don't love it, but, I'll live with it.
All right. The easiest way for me to score at the end of the game is I remove all unused supplies. So the buildings stay, all of the bricks and stuff, all of the bricks and wood and all that stuff, I take them off.
Okay.
And that's going to show me where I have empty spaces, because one of the things about scoring is empty spaces subtract points.
So here's a little score pad. You'll get to put your name. So this will be like Ann is awesome and some other guy. And then we'll score up for each one of the buildings. And down here are the empty spaces. This is also for the monuments, which is an item that we're not playing with.
That's correct.
Just
Monuments are actually really cool. So there's a deck of cards that relate to monuments. And what you do at the beginning of the game, if you're playing with them, is everybody gets 2. They look at them, they pick which one they want, and they discard the other card. They can build one monument on their town, and only they can build that monument. Also, they're super overpowered.
Needs to be nerfed.
Yep.
Okay, so even if I have a resource on a square, it counts as an empty square. It must be a building?
The only things that don't count as empty squares are buildings. That's correct.
Okay.
So you could leave the cubes on there if you want. I think it's easier if you take them off. Plus, it helps with cleanup.
You do you, boo-boo.
All right.
So, I guess.
So let's put this pad under there one
All
more
right,
time.
all right.
So remember how I said there's lots of different cards, but they all relate to the same buildings?
Yeah.
All right, so this kind of shows how that works out. So we're going to work on scoring at the end of the game, and we'll calculate for the factory building, the cottage building, the chapel building, the tavern building. But if we had used different cards, we'd still be using those same icons, but the cards would be different because they would be different.
Because the various cards still
things.
relate to.
Ann is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Because the various cards relate to.
The same icons and the same wooden buildings that we use.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fine. That's not the meanest thing somebody's ever said about me. So, is everybody ready to play Tiny Towns?
That's so exciting. Do it again. Yeah. No, I just feel powerful.
Do you want to do the arm thing too?
Oh. We want to wave it?
I don't know.
Can we do it? Just give it to me once and make me happy. Ready?
Yeah, all right, we got waves.
All right.
I don't know how I feel about
Questions, comments,
those waves.
concern. There are no stupid questions. Well, that was fun. Okay.
All right. Okay, let's go. We are going to play Tiny Towns. I've already burned the 5 cards off the top of the deck. Now, everybody gets to build with a stone. This is a gray cube. Put that gray cube somewhere on your board.
Huh.
That one might be my least favorite one to start with, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. All right, everybody's got their stone placed. We're going to move on to our glass.
That's such a pretty blue.
It's a lovely aqua.
Ooh. I think.
Once you've placed your glass, pick a color, any color, and place it on your board.
Wait, what? After you've placed your glass.
After you've placed your glass,
Yeah.
so we've done 2 that
Yes.
everybody has to do.
Yeah.
Now you have a player choice. You can pick one.
Oh, I didn't know
Resource.
that.
Did I say that earlier? Thank you.
This is not fun when you have a gang of people to tell me that I'm not paying attention. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. All right.
So I've placed a yellow cube on my board. You placed a?
I would.
You placed a wood
I
cube.
placed the wood and get it. Because it's, I'll be out here all day.
You would place wood?
I would.
Okay, if you could.
I would place as much wood as I could if I could place the wood.
All right. So has everybody placed their third cube? All right.
I don't like that Nyabari at home got to say that you said it too. This is thanks. Right up
Thank
there.
you very much. I appreciate it. All right. Excellent. So we're going to move on. We're going to speed this up a little bit, not a lot, because I want to make sure everybody's able to play at home. Our next resource is going to be another stone. This is a gray resource.
I think.
I don't think I know. And then a brick. Red resource brick.
Okay.
All right. I can build a cottage.
Must be nice.
Okay. So what I'm going to do...
Okay. Great.
So I just want to show this to everybody just so they do this correctly. So in this corner here, I have the correct orientation for a cottage, which of course I've covered up. You can see it right there. These match. I take all three of these cubes off. I return them to their locations.
Yeah.
I take one of these adorable cottages, and I put it on my board in one of those three spaces.
Who else has a building? Must be nice.
I guess I'm else. Okay.
Baby. Okay, so we've done brick, we've done stone, and now we're back to player choice?
That is correct.
Okay, so the third one is some player choice. Did you already put your player choice on, Andrew?
Yes, I did.
What did you pick?
I picked some glass because it's pretty.
That's a very good reason to pick something.
Thought you'd appreciate that.
What am I doing with my whole life? I thought I had a... Okay, that's what we're doing.
All right.
Wait, just kidding. All right, so I'm going to take these ones here. So I have wood, glass, wood, and stone, and that will give me the theater.
Is anybody surprised that Anne built the theater first?
Who? Me? Dramatic? No. And now I can place my little theater.
In any one of those four places.
Okay.
That's correct.
And so I get a victory point for each other unique building type in the same row and column. And I think I'm just going to leave you in the corner. So the Globe Theater is going to go there. Shakespeare would be so proud. And all my resources go back.
All right. So then we're going to fold these over.
And then we're on to the next two game cards. Everybody ready for the next two game cards?
Nyabari's already built her factory.
Look, Nick. Also, Moko Twist is my son in the back.
Oh.
Nick.
No. Oh.
But Nick already built his factory.
All right.
Fine, man.
All right. Questions? No, it's permanent. That resource can't change.
So for the viewers at home, what was the
So the question was about the factory.
Okay. So here we built the factory building.
Yep. Stand that guy up. What color did you put on your factory? A gray, it looks like.
I'm gonna put him that way just so.
Okay. So you can put that little guy right on there.
Yeah.
Boop. And that stands somewhere on your board. Now, anytime gray comes up, we have a player who can choose whatever color they want. Is that gray? I think that's gray. Okay. Yep.
It's gray now.
So, and that stays there for the rest of the game. You could build another factory and choose a different color if you really wanted to.
Oh, that's neat. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Are we all ready for our next cube?
Ready to go?
All right. Not? Oh, okay.
I heard not. I heard not.
I heard that.
I don't know. All right. Da.
Yeah.
Da. Let's build some glass. I have a chapel.
Already?
I'm building a chapel. Chapels are beautiful.
They are. I
They're
wondered
filled
why
with-
you were going for all that glass.
Yeah, well, now you know. So here's my chapel.
And now you gotta
So-
have. So you've got the cottage and the chapel already.
I do, but my cottage is not fed. Everybody's hungry.
But they're praying for food.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening right now. All right. Wood. Everybody build a wood.
Steal one of those. And anywhere. Okay. I think I'm happy with this life
Okay.
choice.
All right. Once you've placed your wood, everybody can choose a color of their choice to place on their boards.
Okay, I think I'm gonna take another one of these and put it yay-ish. Yeah, I'm happy with that life choice.
Your thought process is hilarious to watch.
Oh, it's terrible. Chapels are tough since it leaves your town holy. Get it? Well, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Unless it's a Swiss cheese farm, I guess.
Oh no.
All right. Once everybody has chosen their color, does anybody have any questions? I hear rumbling. Okay.
It's thunder. We're in Florida. It happens all the time.
That's true. That's true. All right. We're going to start off our next round
Okay, so we got
by
one.
building with some wood. I
Alright.
chose what I chose wrong.
So now you have a forest, essentially.
I'm stuck with more wood, yes.
All right.
Or a lumber yard or something like that.
You know? You're the reason for deforestation?
Now I know why I'm some other guy. Okay. After the wood, we're going to build with wheat. That's what the yellow cube is. Wheat.
I like that choice. Oh, yes. I want this one. Okay, I want it there. So
Yes,
now
you
I'm
do.
going to build the cottage.
All right, you've got a cottage.
I got a cottage. Also, they have good cheese at the cottage? Cottage cheese!
It's rough.
Ah,
It
doesn't-
helps cook scrambled eggs.
It doesn't get any better.
Okay.
My son
All
taught
right.
me a joke today.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
Okay, he digs.
He digs.
I dig.
I dig.
She digs.
She digs.
It's not very poetic, but it's deep.
I like that joke. That is a solid dad joke.
It was great. So good.
All right. So
All
I'm
right.
shuffling up the cards because we ran out.
Okay.
And then I'm going to place the deck down. 5 come off the top.
Okay.
That actually worked out really well.
Did you count in the sentence as you
I
went?
didn't.
No? Not scripted. It's very deep.
All right.
So we're
Everybody
all-
ready to go?
He didn't say not this time.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. All right. It's very deep. Everybody build with wheat. Yellow. Yellow. That's perfect. Now I have fed cottages.
Now you fed cottages.
I
I'm
do.
not praying for
I
food
do.
anymore.
'Cause you needed that yellow for your cottage.
I did well, and I also needed it for the farm that I'm trying to copy you with.
Well, it's a good thing to use.
Yeah.
It's good. It's helpful. All right. After our yellow wheat, now we're building with wood again.
This is too much.
It's a lot of wood.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to change my decisions.
Okay.
All right. Now it is player choice. Once you've placed that wood, you can choose a color and place it on your board.
Okay, I'm going to steal one of these little wheat cubes over here, and then I can place my farm.
You can. Congratulations. You have a farm.
Thank you.
You have your own farm, Anne.
I do. I have to wake up real early in the morning.
Mhm.
That's why I have 2 kids. I'm on my way to 12, but
Yeah.
everybody starts somewhere.
Oh, I thought you meant you had the kids to make them work on the farm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so I have 2 now. Then that's first 15. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We won't get there. It's terrible. I've never 15 children.
Okay. Has everybody placed their resource of choice? All right, we're
If
going
not,
to move
it's too late.
on.
We're going on.
More wood.
Are you for?
I-
Did you stack the deck?
I did not stack the deck.
I don't know about this. Okay. Well, I already have my 1 theater. What am I going to do with this?
Start building wells.
Well.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. You can go somewhere that I want to keep you. If I put it here. Okay. We'll see how that works
Good.
out. Yeah.
All right, and after the wood, it is some glass.
All right.
Not what I wanted.
Well, I mean, I'm happy with that choice.
It's fine.
That's fine. That's fine. It's salty in this general area.
I'm not salty. Not even remotely. Okay. If everybody has placed their glass, you can now place a token of your choice.
So I'm going to take a stone, and that will finish my little chapel here.
Are you copying me?
What?
How did you orient that over there?
Here's your chapel.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
All right.
I'm also placing stone. And
Yeah.
I am going to build a theater.
And now who's copying who?
You're not wrong. Actually,
7 building choices.
it's because there was so much wood on the board. It wasn't actually part of my plan at all.
Farms and theaters is
Mhm.
about it.
All right, here we go. We're starting round, I don't know,
That one.
with some stone.
Yes.
You were hoping for stone?
Yes, because
You're going to build a well?
that's right.
Me too.
Now you are copying me. I've decided.
It's okay.
It's,
It's a pretty well.
it is.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay. Our next resource is brick, red cube.
I want to build one of those here. Okay.
And you can build whatever you want. 1 cube, whatever you want it to be.
Okay. I'm going to do another stone, and I'm going to put that here.
I want to point out.
Yeah.
I am not using a gray cube. I'm using a wheat cube.
Fine. You're not copying me this turn. Enough, variance just to make it look a little different.
Building myself another cottage.
I built myself another well.
That makes sense. Now it's in the row with the theater.
Hey, look at
It
that.
gives you an extra point at the end of the game.
Look at me. It's almost like I kind of know what I'm doing.
All right. Take whatever you need. There's a cottage on the floor. Okay.
Are we all ready for the next round? I think that this is going to be the symbol for go. I like this back there. Yes. There we go.
Okay. All right. We've got some goes from the third table. Awesome. Okay. So these are going to go away. Everybody has done the resource of their choice. And now everybody's building with stone. Except for one person who has a stone factory and can build with whatever she wants to. That is stone.
Stone.
That is a gray card.
Stone faced. Oh, I was going to do that, but I think I'm going to change it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really digging the constant red and brown and gray. There's a lot of it. Lots and lots and lots.
Are there an even number of cards in that deck?
I haven't the foggiest. I am shuffling them.
That works. There's that.
Okay, and the next one's going to be a brick.
Ask me if I'm... Oh. Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
I think I'm okay with this.
I'm not.
That's important.
And now everybody can build with the resource of their choice.
Nick says there are 3 of each, but you burn 5 of them.
Right.
Okay.
So I did
they're
burn
even.
5 at the beginning. Okay. Thank you, Nick.
Okay, so the resource of the choice, that one hasn't come out yet, so I think I'm going to do this. All right.
We're good?
We're good.
Okay.
We's good.
All right. Everybody has built the resource of their choice? All right. Okay. We have our symbols worked out.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody build with wood. More
Okay.
brown.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with this because that's my factory.
Oh, she did the factory.
I done did the factory.
Are you going to... Is it a wood factory?
That would make it...
Anne knows that nobody will believe you unless you show it on video.
Guys, it's on TV. That means it's real.
Okay.
Okay. I'm really proud of myself. You know, like when your kids make that artwork and they're like, look what I made. That's me.
Yeah.
Okay, so which one do I want to be able to have? be
Probably wood, the
anything?
way this is
I
going.
really think that's.
I mean, statistically, it shouldn't matter, but it does.
So I'm taking the factory. I'm putting the little brown cube on top, and that way, anytime wood comes up, that's a wild for me.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep. And you could put the cube next to the factory if you want to, but I think it looks better on top.
I agree.
Yep.
I mean, I haven't decided which side, but it's all aesthetics. But this is not worth any victory points at the end, right?
That is correct.
So that's what I'm sacrificing.
Right.
Okay.
And it takes a lot of cubes to build it.
Yeah, it did.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I.
But you get flexibility, so hey. All right. Some glass. Build with some glass.
All right. What am I? No. Okay.
So you can already see, very simple game, but we're starting to get pretty close to analysis
Yeah.
paralysis level with this
Analysis.
An-
Paralysis. You're welcome.
all day.
All day.
Dig a little deeper. Okay. So we placed our glass. Now
Yes.
everybody can place the resource of their choice. Once again, I will be choosing a wheat, which allows me to build a third cottage.
Well then.
Yep. They're ready. Let's note that the people in my town do
Yeah.
not have to live next to a factory.
It's just the farm. It gives the food extra flavor.
Okay.
Bobby's little third arm has nothing to do with my Monsanto factory. Thank you.
All right. Well, one table's ready to go. We saw the
Yes.
secret symbol. Table 2, table 3. All right. We're good. Okay.
Do it, Matt.
All right.
That was lame.
And so now I know that this is a deck of 15 cards.
That's so good. So now you'll have to come up with a sentence with 15 words.
No, that's not happening. I'm still going to burn 5 off the top, so now I have 10.
All right.
So now I know this is good for 5 rounds.
That's good.
I can math.
Math is fun.
All right.
Mental.
First resource for this round is wood.
Of course.
Round
Oh,
cube.
you know what's
can
good?
do whatever you want.
I love those words. So I'm going to take a wheat, and that'll be my cottage.
All right.
All right. Red. And I think I want to put it here. Also, I'd like to put it where the roof is not on the ground. It's good
You have
building.
a little. This is one of my biggest problems with this game. Is some of these
What?
guys are a little messed up. See that
Oh.
guy? He's a little.
You know, production is only, and they're wood. It is, man.
That is what
Yeah.
it is. All right. And after the wood, it's more wood. Hey, look at that. This
Hey,
is
Andrew,
great.
guess what? That card's a wild for me.
It is a wild.
I thought that I'd share that with you.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay.
It's also impossible for me to build a factory at this point on my board.
I guess your food's gonna be all healthy and stuff.
Imagine that.
So now we get the player choice.
Now it's player choice. Build whatever you want, just like the last 2 turns for you, Ann.
Is there a pattern here?
I am not salty. Not even a little.
Did you want to bring some of that salt to my factory? I'm sure
no,
that
thank you.
know.
No.
Okay.
I will build a well, though, for my nice, clean, healthy water.
It's my fact, it adds.
All right.
I need somewhere to flush all the chemicals.
Not my well. I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry. I put the worst 2 cards for Nick down. I promise
Worst 2
I didn't
cards for you too.
Yeah. I'm on your team, man. All right. Everybody's put their player choice down. We're good to go? Nope. We have one person who's still going, still thinking. We got the message.
That's like touchdown, right? In
Well,
sports
that's
ball.
this. Touchdown is this one. This is something else. I don't remember what. Safety, I think. I don't know.
This discount double check. I know that one.
Hey, Roger. Discount double check. Okay. Everybody build with some brick, please.
What? No. That's not the one I needed.
So I want to point out that on your 2 wilds, where you could build whatever you wanted, you built what and what?
Red and red.
Okay. Thank you. A little bit of poetic justice for me on this one.
I'll just have to figure out how to beat you with it. It's fine.
You know, I mean, I'm no savant at this. All right, and our next resource is going to be more wood.
Hey, what's that? Oh, hey, that's wood.
The upshot is, they're all gone. There's none left in the rest of the deck.
You still got to shuffle. However, I'm going to grab that
not for a
glass
while.
right there. And you know what every good town needs when you got a factory?
Tavern.
Bar.
The way it's going, I need one too.
Look at this. Oh, that's a lot. That's
It's also invisible. We could throw it down here.
But, like, that's fun to do.
That is cool.
That's, you know. There you go, Andrew.
So now you are as holy as your town?
That's right.
All right.
We're going to put that right next to the well.
Nick, we got at least 3 rounds of no wood, I promise.
So then, since we placed the wood, or for those of us with a factory placed whatever we wanted, we get to choose again what we want to do.
Whatever you want. Yep, that's correct. I am going to build
All right.
another cottage because I placed a yellow.
Okay.
All right, has everybody placed the resource of their choice? We're good all around? Okay.
You missed my discount double check joke, and I'm incredibly disappointed by that.
It was amazing. It was amazing. All right. Is anybody stuck? Has anybody run out on their board yet? Okay. All right. Oh, I'm sorry.
Collective?
All right. So here we go. Next round, glass.
Hey!
Yes, I'm hearing yeses.
A lot of people are very excited for the glass piece.
Don't worry, I deliver.
Wood.
Wood, apparently, all the time.
All the forest.
All of it.
Okay. I don't really want that, though. All right. Huh. Okay, I think we're going to do that.
Ready?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
not really.
Okay, here we go. After your glass, we're going to place some bricks.
That is the exact opposite reaction of the last item that you pulled.
That is correct. I don't think I can repeat it.
No, I prefer you did not.
All right.
This is not what I wanted either.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not even a little.
All right, we're going to put that one there.
Okay.
And then we get one resource of our choice now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to pull...
Are you deflating?
I'm a little.
You're gonna-
This is how I played these games. Just ask the rest of the family gamers. They know how I play.
Do you remember that time in PAX Unplugged where we played a game together and you left me to die in the deep ocean?
Okay. I did not win that game.
You didn't.
But
This is true.
But Anne sinking into the watery depths with her hand out, it's memorable. I remember.
God, I hope it haunts you.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, can I have a cottage, please?
I would be happy to give you one. Could I have a well, please?
Thanks. Sure.
Trading cottages for wells. Okay. All right.
It's not wood for sheep, so.
Yes. That's a different game. All right. Everybody ready for the next round?
Yep. Oh.
You're dead. I'm sorry. I've never had a person tell me they were dead before, but, whatever.
It's not
All right.
necromancy. I thought
Yes.
you dropped that a long time ago.
Just on the weekends. That is stone. That is gray. Sorry.
I love the varied yeses and
I'm really close to losing right now. I just want to point that out. I'm building my 5th well. This is a well watered town.
You didn't.
I did. I did.
That was something.
Come on, dad jokes.
All day.
Well watered town.
Oh no.
Did you laugh, Nick?
No.
I hope so. Okay.
Sure.
No.
So the question was whether diagonal is considered adjacent. Over there, sneaky move, sis. Orthogonal is adjacent, right? Yeah, that one. Thanks. Could you do that little Madonna move again? I was really enjoying that voguing.
Awesome.
I'm sorry, I was stone-faced on that. Is what
Yeah,
I've
I
already
saw.
said.
I saw. I'm deeply wounded. Okay. We're getting really close to the end of the game now, so I
'Cause
just
you're
want to.
losing? I mean, I've got.
You've got some spaces, but we're getting close-ish to the
'Kay.
end of the game now. I just want to take a little poll from the audience. Who wants wheat? Wheat. Who wants wheat? One person. Who wants glass? Who wants brick? More wood. You haven't had enough wood?
No.
Are you for real?
Yep.
Okay. Who is looking for more stone?
Stone-faced.
So a little bit of
killer.
stone. And who wants more wood?
Me, please.
Yes. Okay. I was just curious. Well, those of you who want brick, I'm happy to tell you that I have provided brick for you, which is what I wanted.
It's not what I need at all.
You're welcome.
This is not good.
You are welcome. That gives me a tavern.
You can go cry about your. I don't know. I'll find something.
I'm in a lot of trouble here.
Can't.
Trying to remember what we've gone through to figure out what my
of
player's
pain.
choice will be. Now keep in mind, you're
Yeah.
placing your second forced one, and the next one will be whatever you want. So you might want to place it thinking about what you're going to put down next.
Yeah.
So if you know that's going to be wheat, for example, on your board.
But if wheat was here, if I still couldn't do any. Like I would need.
Oh
that
no,
to-
you would
yeah.
need that to do something else.
Yeah.
That's not so good.
No.
Never mind.
I mean, if I had this space open.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't. All right, so that's gonna go there,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try and see if I can figure out how to salvage
You
that.
can put whatever you want down now. You get one
Okay.
of your choice.
Uh,
If you've placed your brick, everybody, please feel free to place whatever color you want to.
I'm gonna take that glass here, and I'm gonna pray for wood or wheat.
It's not going to be wood.
Oh, because we went through all the wood.
No, yeah, we did that a little while ago.
That's why you were okay. So it's not gonna be that.
I'm sorry, Nick. I know you picked wheat for your factory. I'm pretty sure one of these coming up is going to be wheat. I'm banking on it personally. Ready?
Yeah, no, that'd be fine if it was wheat.
Okay. Is everybody ready?
But I need it to be that one out. It's got to be that one, Andrew. It has to be wheat. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Wheat.
I'm happy.
Yellow wheat.
All right. So that makes this my little cottage.
You know what's really problematic here?
That you have 9,000 wells on your board? Is that what the problem was?
I could sell you clean water.
That's good. I'm happy.
Sorry, I apologize for not giving you a cottage.
No, it's okay.
Oh, that's your fourth one.
Yeah.
You've maximized your farm.
I have maximized.
Your three-eyed cows and your lime
they
green
wanted to
goats.
When's the last time
Purple,
you saw-
purple
Thank
goats.
you.
I'm sorry.
Jeez. Offend me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Our next color is more wheat. Are you happy, Nick? See, all you had to do was ask, and now I've provided everything you need.
Okay.
This is bad for me. I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm dead.
Are you?
I'm dead.
Already?
Well, no matter what I put on my board. So here's my board. I'm going to show this to everybody without spilling.
Yeah. So, everybody, this is Andrew's board.
I have a choice to put whatever I want here. Everybody can take their resource of choice, and there's
Oh.
nothing I can build.
Oh, I forgot that came up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another cottage.
That is, yeah, but it's not going to score anything for you.
Yeah, well,
Actually, it will keep you from a -1. So that's good.
That's
So it's effectively a victory.
may I have a cottage, please?
Sure, I failed last time. I won't fail you again.
Thank you so much.
I'll just put a random glass here.
I'm going to put this here.
All right.
Maybe I'll get another, a wood.
It is possible now. Are you gunning for another chapel?
No, well, I was thinking about another chapel, right? If I had another stone, another glass, and these two are. But at this point, I think I'm hoping for another wood just so I can make a well.
I'm out, so I'm gonna look at these just because I'm curious.
Cheater, pumpkin eater.
Is everybody ready for that? Who is still in? Could you raise your hand? All right, 2 people. Now this doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna win.
I mean, I
three-
count as a person.
3 people. Oh, really?
3 factories. What? Wood, stone, and wheat factories.
So if you're, you know what? We should take pictures of the winning boards.
I think that's great. So please don't, when we do your points, and don't break stuff.
Yeah. Don't take your board down. But yeah, he can basically build whatever he wants whenever he wants to. I mean,
Yeah?
the vast majority of the time. Okay, here we go.
But what are you doing?
I mean, I can't build it, so stone, gray cube.
No.
That's not bad if you're
I
gonna go
mean,
for that chapel.
Yeah, but now I have to go for the chapel. There's so much face going on in your face right now.
That's what it's for.
Glad I could have it.
All right, and another stone. All right. You're dead.
Yeah, thanks. Remember that time I was drowning in the ocean? That's kind of how that feels.
Yeah. Well, I'm dead too. Does that help?
Well, maybe I was just trying to protect my people from the factory over here. It's a sound wall.
Oh, right.
Do I get points for that?
Did you make the factory build the wall? Did you make them pay for it? No.
No.
Okay, just asking. Okay. If you're still in, you may build a resource of your choice.
If you're dead like me. Okay. So for those of you at home, Andrew and I are out. We do still have the live game going on.
Yep.
So I think Andrew, let's do this. Who is still in? Oh yeah, Factory Guy is still
Factory
here.
Man is still in.
Factory Man. I
Okay.
feel like he needs a cape.
All right. Factory Man.
And then do we still have somebody in at table 3?
There, everybody.
What?
Okay. Okay,
Just Factory
Man. I'm gonna need your feedback here. Brick. Okay. Stone, and then whatever you want. Yeah, I figured as much.
You just want to place cubes until you run out of.
Let me know when you're ready. Glass, blue. Wheat, yellow.
So for those of you watching at home, we have one player remaining. He had built 3 factories. Each one of those factories has a different resource on it, which make wild for him.
And then after the yellow, it's one of your choice.
What?
Yeah.
And
brick.
oh!
Oh!
There's resounding aw!
You still. Wood, brown. All right, everybody has finished. Now we're going to tabulate our score. That was impressive. I am impressed.
I am. That was a lot of fun.
I am very, very impressed. All right.
All right, so what I'm going to do is let's clear.
No, we'll need these
You'll
for scoring.
need these?
Yep.
All right, where am I going to? I'm doing it up here.
Okay. So you're going to write?
Yeah.
All right. Anne is awesome.
Anne is
has
awesome.
a factory that doesn't give you any victory points.
That's rude. Okay. So for everybody at the table scoring, I need you just double check it. Okay, so factories give no points.
No points for factories.
That's rude.
The next is cottages.
'Kay.
If you have a fed cottage, that cottage is worth 3 victory points.
So I have one factory which feeds
You have
4
one
of my
farm.
Yeah, that one. Well, I have one factory too.
You do
I
have
mean,
one
you know,
factory.
I'm-
So that makes a lot of sense if the people in your cottages are eating whatever the factory is producing.
It's Dixie Crystals.
Okay, so you have one farm.
I have one farm, and I have which feeds 4 of my cottages.
Right, so 12 points.
All right, and what do you have, Andrew?
I have one farm and I have 4 cottages
So
for
you have
12 points as well.
Okay.
And then chapels. Chapels will provide you 1 victory point for each cottage in your town.
So I have.
If it's fed.
If it's fed, so that goes back to the 4 again.
Yep.
So that's 4 points.
That's 4 points for both of us.
Excellent.
Excelente. Flip that one over, that one over. The next on our board is the tavern, which you can't see. We both have 1 tavern.
Yes.
That's good for 2 victory points.
Okay.
We'll mix this up eventually. Okay, theaters. Now things get interesting. Theaters will provide you with 1 victory point for each unique building in its column or row.
Okay, so let's shove things over because this is what we get to do. And this is my board, and then we'll throw your board up there too.
If I
because
throw
I'm
it, it's going to get all mixed up.
I think you get bonus points if you discus toss it.
That would be amazing.
And all the pieces stay in the same
you're
place.
Need to move that.
Okay.
Okay, so here's our board. So my theater is down here.
Yeah.
I have a well, a farm, a tavern, another well that doesn't count, and a cottage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points.
Okay. So this is my theater over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Correct.
Okay.
Eventually, our scores will be
Jesus.
different from each other.
All
Okay.
right.
Now,
Next item is the wells.
now the wells. Well, oh, I should leave this up here, huh?
Well.
Okay, wells score 1 victory point if they are adjacent to a cottage.
Okay, so these ones all the way out here.
Yep, they were just placeholders.
And
I
that
didn't
one.
have anything to do. So these 3 do not score. I get 2 victory points.
Hey, guess how many I get?
2 victory points?
About that.
Awesome. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
That's not correct.
No.
It is not correct. It is 1 victory point for each adjacent cottage.
Oh. Okay.
I apologize. So for me, each of mine are 2 victory points. So I get 4 victory points.
Okay.
That is also true for you. Nope, you get
No.
5 victory points.
Look, it did change.
Finally.
So then we're not playing with the monuments
That's
here.
correct.
And the next space
This
is
is
blank
empty spaces, you lose. This is where I said it's easiest to remove the cubes that you didn't get to use.
That makes sense. So I'll take mine.
This
off
is
there.
amazing, Anne.
So
So currently, Anne is in the lead. She is winning by 1 point. However, Anne has 1 more empty space than me.
So that's -4, and yours is -3.
So consequently, Anne and I have the exact same score.
23, 28,
She's mathing.
24.
We both have 24 points. I have
That-
a lot of confidence that at least one person has destroyed us at that score.
That is so
Two,
great.
2 people? Okay.
2 people?
So-
Okay, so,
so
what was the
w-
average score at this
so-
table?
Wait, we're the cut for winners?
No.
That is so poetic. I love it. That's fantastic. I
move.
hear 2 people have beaten us, which means they win the game, basically.
Okay, so at this table, what scores did we get? Oh,
Still
okay.
calculating. Okay. All right.
I mean, I was just curious, like, what scores were. Do we have scores for this table? What do we have here? 17?
17, okay.
Who else? What other scores were there? 12? 10? 11? Okay.
I think somebody was watching my board while she was building.
Look.
24 on game 1.
Obviously-
24 on game 1.
Obviously, they're very different.
Yeah, by the way, everybody, take a look at these scores. This was Ann and I. Ann and me. This was Ann and me.
So good. All right.
All right. Woo! Those are
So
killer.
what do we got?
Is the 28 factory guy? All right.
No
What's your name, sir?
way.
Alistair? 28 is Alistair. Did you have a proper theater, Alistair? All right. Okay, excellent.
Is that Brian? Okay. Leah. I'm going the wrong way.
Leah and Al.
John and Tony.
That's amazing.
These are such great scores.
They are fantastic scores. So, Alistair, how many times have you played Tiny Towns before?
Twice now. This is Alistair's second time playing.
I'm
Okay.
gonna refer to my almanac for how many times I've played. Hold on.
So this one was scored. We've got the back table scored. Are we all scored here? Okay. What was? I know I was asking you for averages.
Okay. So we've tabulated everybody's scores. Okay. Do we have photographs of the 2 best? Okay.
So who made second? Who do we have
There's a
for
27 on there. It was cleaned up. All right, but we have the 28. You got a picture of it? All right. Hopefully we can grab that. Fantastic.
second? Awesome. So then that means that tonight, then we've just after we double check, it looks like Alistair and Brian are going home with the copies of Tiny Towns.
Congratulations. And yeah, we were the cut.
Did you have any doubt? I really haven't played this game before.
I mean, that was pretty fun.
That was pretty
I
fantastic.
I think it's amazing that we ended up with the same score.
That is so cool. Yep. So you're going to go ahead and help to clean up to get the boxes ready. For those of you at home, thank you so much for playing with us. If you're watching this video on demand, we'd love for you to add in your comments about what score you got. Andrew, it's always
Yes.
a pleasure having you on the show.
I
Thank you
love coming on. It's
so
a lot of
much.
fun.
It's totally fun. For our viewers at home that want to find out more about it's podcast, it's written reviews, it's a bunch of stuff. Where
It's
are
a
they
lot
gonna
of
go
stuff.
look?
So the easiest place to find our stuff is on social media at Family Gamers AA on everything, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or you can go to thefamilygamers.com. Just search for the Family Gamers Podcast on your podcast subscription source of choice. We're on basically everything.
Sounds good.
You can even talk to your smart speaker and ask it to play the Family Gamers Podcast, and it will work.
Now I know I need to step up my game.
Yeah. So.
Board games.
But we would love to talk to you. We would love to talk to you about what kinds of games you're playing with your families and hear all about what you do at home around the table.
Sounds good. Andrew, thank you so much, as always, for coming on. Thank you for putting this together with me and
it was
making
awesome.
the announcement. It was so much fun.
It was so good.
Folks at home, please stay tuned. We are coming right back with our main event for Dice Tower, which is our life-size King of Tokyo featuring Joshua.
It's going to be awesome.
As the unicorn.
It's going to be great.
Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.